good like that. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I bring to you Brothers on the Block, presented by Victory Baptist Church, where you matter there. I got with me, riding with me today, Jason Maryland, all the way from the D Town. I got with me Jay Nation, the minister from the Grove, and I got AJ Banks, the man who's banking out all the way in Irving. And my name is Pastor Mark. I want to let y'all know my big announcement. I want to start the show off. I'm separated. I want everybody to know that I'm not on the market. I'm just separated. I want to make that as sometimes you got to leave the house so that y'all can have peace. So me and the Cowboys are separated. Just me and the Cowboys. This is Kelly Good. Me and the Cowboys got separated. I'm living with some friends. They used to live in Dallas way back in the day. Y'all can maybe see them. That's my brother McHolmes and the Chiefs. I can't deal with that stuff no more. Okay, I'm just gonna let that be known.
Wow.
We're gonna get into some more stuff. Please don't write me no letters or nothing or hurtful emails. I gotta have my own mental health piece in COVID-19. I can't do that.
God bless you, Pastor. Pray for
I appreciate you. I'm still praying. Just like somebody who's separated, you still care for your woman. You just can't be with her right now, or you're gonna catch you a case. So I want to catch a case. So we want to start off because we haven't talked about baseball at all in this time period. And Jason, he had took Big Dog, that's Caleb, his little man's son, to out there in Arlington to watch monster trucks. And I was like, you know what? I haven't been out in Arlington in so long.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot they have the World Series right in our backyard.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So the Dodgers and Tampa Bay, Dodgers up 3-2. Played a great game last night. They're in Rangers Stadium, Globe Life Park, and it looks good. You know, I think.
And why
I haven't been out there.
Why are they in the Rangers Stadium?
For a bubble effect.
A bubble
Nobody
effect.
Nobody get COVID.
Plus,
and the best place to play was in that new stadium, that new $1 billion stadium.
Got it.
No. I thought they was playing in the old one because the old one was lit up.
No,
I don't know why they the new one. I have no idea why the old one was lit up.
Okay, the old one was lit up.
It was the old one was lit up. That's got a lot of good memories. It was hot. But last night would have been nice because it was cool. But they are playing an indoor facility and there's a newer stadium out there. So, and a lot of fans are going out there.
So I believe the old one was lit up because the Rays was practicing in it before they walk on. I think they had the Dodgers over all day in new stadium, and then Rays was over.
Okay.
All part.
Okay.
Here we go.
Y'all coming. Y'all ain't gonna even let us talk about baseball. Y'all gonna come all day.
They start early.
All day. Good morning. Good evening.
Wow. They start early.
So we can look. Y'all don't want to talk. Let's go on to the football, y'all. Y'all want to talk about it? Y'all want to get all into the nitty gritty? Because there's a lot of people hurt out here. There's a lot of people hurt. I know Nate hurt. Nate went to sleep last night. Thought he was good.
Mm-hmm.
He woke up, loser. You right with me?
Yeah, out of there.
Wait, Seattle
overtime loss.
Yes, they lost last night.
They lost them last night.
What? Yeah, they did.
To Arizona Cardinals.
What?
To Kyler Murray, Allen Products.
And because of that comeback, Team Sister Circle came back and beat me.
There's a lot of folks that experience how Cowboy fans feel losing.
Wow.
You have all these hopes. I understand. You ain't tripping because y'all basically just lost one game.
That was an important game.
It was.
Wow.
I'm like Nate. I ain't tripping either. It is what it is.
Okay, well, let's get the Cowboy stuff out. So everybody gonna be disrespectful. Talking about we only went up there to kick a field goal. They come back home. I seen that all across the Facebook and internet. It's messed up.
It is what it is.
The man ain't got knocked out. I don't know if Andy Dalton coming back. How he got hit?
2 games. They say Buddy might be out too.
So let's just talk about that. The Cowboys lost, but Andy Dalton got dirty hit.
He did.
No one even said nothing to the dude,
Nothing.
to Andy, or to the guy that hit him. They're like, okay.
Nothing. It was normal. They had like it was normal.
I think it would have been different if it was Dak that took the hit.
Of course.
But it's your teammate.
I was expecting a fight to kick off or something.
Yeah. To me,
And it wasn't even a talk. It wasn't even like a strong heated discussion. It was no fight, no even heated discussion. Like, man, what you doing? They're like, okay. The coach didn't look mad. This is why I also want that to be said. Everybody on the players, but the coaching go get crazy either.
Yeah.
The coach like, he had a little mask on. He
like I say, it shows you how far gone the Cowboys are. It's no leader from coaching down. I mean, when your star players are, at least the coach got to be a leader. It's no leadership in that locker room, no leadership on that field, and that play just told it. Not even that play. There was a lot of plays where some Cowboy players should have been up in some people's face.
Right.
When Jordan Lewis was going at it with Scary Terry, that should have been some kind of flex there. So
wow, oh my, the producer's gonna show the head.
Yeah, it is what it is.
We're gonna talk about them Giants in the 80-yard run too.
Yeah, and a quarterback trip over here.
Yeah. Please have that teed up.
It just show you how far gone. It just show you how far gone it is. There's no leadership in the locker room. The locker room is lost.
Sir, I'm laughing at Nate's comment.
Right. But before you get there, don't worry. Pierre will go be there. It might be Future that did it, but it's all good. I ain't hating. I'm not hating.
I ain't going to the stadium. I'm riding with people.
But the comment on the Cowboys, as far as just not seeing that team camaraderie, that a fight should have broke out after Dalton got hit. As soon as Dalton got hit, my man shouldn't have been able to even get up off the ground after hitting it.
Right.
He should have been. You should have seen nothing but Cowboys jerseys on top of him. But
especially in a Redskins game. I mean, a Washington football game,
and you got nothing to lose.
And then the camera was going around like showing all the other players, even players on the field, and you could see their facial expression when my man laid in the end, like they was like, oh wow, like that just happened. Like I can't believe, and I think everybody was expecting it to jump off, and Cowboys players is like, hey, look, that's been our season, man. I'm ready for the next down.
Everybody have gave up, and there's no leadership, and it's just a lost locker room.
But it was lost when Dak got hurt. When Dak got hurt,
it was lost when Dak got hurt. Yeah,
and he cried out that stadium. He took our heart. He took everything with him.
Took everything with him. Dak took everything with him. Those tears was the Cowboys' pride running down Dak Prescott's face.
I thought
it was out of there.
I thought the Cowboys was going to make a run when the third string guy came in and hit Coop off on the sideline.
Me too. I say my emotions play with me a little bit. I jumped up. I called my wife. I said, "Babe, all right, we might got something going."
Look, he came in.
Nothing.
He came in. He came in. He got sacked. He shook that off and then hit Coop for the first down. And I mean, he had been stride. I said, "Okay." You know what I'm saying? The young boy
Jason,
got some rip.
I know you looking at that's how Lamar Jackson threw the football, but here in Cowboy Land, when I saw that, I thought about Power Warner football. I said, "Oh Lord, that was a lucky throw." And we all like, "Oh my goodness, he threw the ball," because he couldn't even pitch the ball to Ezekiel. He threw the ball. That was it. It was over. And then that boy. And look, that line like, "Do you want to have him? We have dessert back here. We already served you over quarterback. Here's dessert." And they let that fool get hit.
Little Ben, as I call him. You can't even call him Big Ben. Little Ben. I was like, Little Ben out here just getting tossed up.
Oh,
Arms were like little noodles. Right, he ain't ready for the NFL yet.
it was terrible. It was terrible.
And one of my coworkers at work today told me the best thing that the Cowboys can do is go get Ryan Fitzpatrick. The guy have always been a backup journeyman. He know how to play behind a bad line. If you go get him and at least let him work with, he can work some out.
Can we go get Cap?
You want to go get Cap, but I prefer somebody to go get Cap to be a long term, not just no year deal.
Wait, we saying I need Jason to go pull up his Jerry Jones picture. You talking about Jerry Jones will get Colin Kaepernick?
Okay, hold on.
When Poe took that knee, he looked at him like, brother.
Right.
This is a little bit of Candyland, LB here. I mean, he gonna get Colin Kaepernick. To play for the Cowboys, America sing.
I mean, if we lived in the perfect world,
I'm not even in the perfect world. Even no, Colin, no. That's how. Look, because he not doing that. I'm telling you, he not putting. He ain't doing that. Oh, you gonna get it early? Okay, we can go. We can shift to it.
Into the Giants.
Look. That was a big old run. A big old run. Well,
hey, but look. They saved the day because they was able to punch it in, and everybody was able to clown him still. Everybody was clowning him. Saquon was up in the booth clowning him. But they scored, so that was the.
But then they lost the game. So let's go. Let's go and get back to him.
Buddy thought he was gone too.
Look, so I'm glad we can shift off the Cowboys because that's the NFC East. We have to admit is terrible because both games. If you watch both games, they were terrible games. I watched Philly Eagles. I was going. Philly and the Giants. I was going for the Giants, and that was a horrible game. Yeah. Like the turf monster, that monster got him, grabbed him down, and he was taking some licks too. Daniels. It was a better looking game than Dallas just embarrassed ourselves. I don't know what happened, and it did look, y'all, like they just went up there. They said we kicked the field goal, now we can go back home.
Right.
And it was embarrassing. The Giants, though, I'm glad the Giants are still losing because I got something to say yes.
And I hate to see Deshaun Jackson go out like that too. A guy that done struggled with injuries in his career. You know, I just really hate. I hate it as well, man.
Yeah, Deshaun got Deshaun Jackson, the wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. He got hurt on kick return. I don't know. They reported if he's out for the year yet.
He's basically out for the year. Yeah.
The Eagles were already getting people out of the county hospital to come and play for the team.
Not the county hospital.
I'm saying everybody on the Eagles, everybody hurt. They look like the Cowboys line. The Cowboys line have a bunch of people who down at 24-hour fitness, or they find them at the buffet. I mean,
I don't know where they getting these guys from. They getting them straight out the practice spot, straight out of Walmart.
The only people that got a team is the Washington team, and really the Giants. They only lost Saquon, and the Washington defensive line. Chase Young, oh my.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
Chase Young looked good. I don't know if he that good or just we that bad.
No, he's a beast.
But it looked good. He was getting in there, forcing passes that wasn't ready to come out. I mean, dude was all over the place.
What do you think, Jason?
Well, I just happened to pull up that Deshaun Jackson injury because I didn't see that one, and that was self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted. I mean, he wanted to go make a cut, and yeah, that was it. But then what made it so bad? The Giants player dove right on that leg.
On that leg.
He dove right on that leg.
On that leg.
Yeah.
I mean, the producers on the game today, boy. Y'all want to see this? This is the
And that's it. It was already done. And then there you go. He dove on the leg.
Now, did you see this? You see after the hit, because they feel like 45 did an illegal hit.
Yeah.
So what happens? They're crowding around. They're going to fight a little bit. They didn't have for Andy. Andy said, "Can somebody even help me up?" So I don't know where I'm at.
And it was supposed to save his career this year.
Andy thought he was still in Cincinnati.
This was been a bridge into the second part of his career. You know what? Andy is done.
Well,
He's
I mean,
done.
he might be. He might be like Kellen Moore. All these jokers, Jason Garrett, they get to go coach.
Kellen Moore needs to be out of a jail too.
But this is what I'm saying. So as we continue to proceed, the NFC East is terrible, y'all. Whoever wins the division is going to be first round out the playoffs.
Right,
please. Home. Okay, yeah. So that's now. Let's move to some more bad news. So I don't know what's going on with New England, but they looking tragic. They looking tragic out here. And Cam Newton was put on the bench.
Not a right fit. I said it at the beginning.
Come on, Jason.
Well, that game also had an injury that you hate to see happen. They had the running back for San Francisco, Wilson Jr. He was 3 touchdowns in. Like, he was doing work for Mozart, who was already out on injured reserve. And so the rookie came in. I mean, he was running over New England the whole game. And I think his third touchdown, he tore his knee or ankle up too and got carted out crying. And it's like, man, it's like, I mean, he was having the game of his life. Like, that they was already talking about, you know, that this is about to be the feature guy. Because New England wasn't doing nothing, and for some reason, New England's defense wasn't even doing nothing.
No, they were not.
The two chances that Cam actually took to gamble both ended up in interceptions. One was a overshot throw downfield off his back foot, right into a defender's hands, and another one.
Do you think the COVID-19 has any effect on him? Because it looks like 2 weeks in since he was out because of COVID-19. In 2 weeks, he still hasn't played like he was prior to the diagnosis.
I mean, it looks like he's following the system. Like he looked timid. I mean, you know, he looked like, hey, look, I want to do what y'all asking me to do. You know, I'm not trying to, you know, get out here and mess it up and gamble. He did two bad throws he made were interceptions. Otherwise, they played it safe. The team played it safe. And Cam's only completions, like his big completions, they were 20-yard completions. Like he didn't do nothing short for the most part. Everything was a 15 to 20-yard, you know, pass that actually got completed. Like they'll go first down run, nothing, second down, nothing, and then he'll do a 20-yard pass. You know, but they couldn't put nothing together. He just looked, all right, this is what y'all want me to run? No problem. So what? But when he got benched, he looked pissed. You know, he looked shocked when Belichick walked over and slapped him on the shoulder pads, and he looked up. I mean, you could just see the look on his face, like, yeah, like, man, I'm not happy about that. But you know that Belichick is also he will protect the player too, though.
But he's not Ron Rivera. I think Ron Rivera, which was shocking for Haskins in Washington. Ron Rivera really kind of caught, you know, was babying a little bit Cam Newton at times. He didn't get into Cam Newton's face too much. Belichick ain't that dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you want to be a detriment, he's like, I got somebody else that can take your spot. And Cam better understand that and get that together. But I will say, what is Cam's weapons?
I mean, he's got the same type of weapons he had all his career. You know what I'm saying? Players that you know, you barely know the names of, outside of the running backs, which, I mean, like when you look at what Tom Brady was operating with for the past 5-6 years, it wasn't no different than what Cam had. You put no name players, minus Gronk and Edelman. You know, everybody else was expendable at that point. You know, Brady was putting folks on the map the same way Cam was wasn't Curtis Samuel was it Curtis Samuel? He was with the Panthers, right, when Cam was there?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Samuel getting off right now and with Bridgewater and company. I mean, he looking good now. I mean, like Cam put folks on the map too that you never heard of.
Right. But you know, like you said, and I'm kind of glad you kind of segue with that, is that Tom Brady's best year was with Randy Moss. They almost went perfect. If you take away Eli Manning and the Giants had Super Bowl, that's a perfect squad. Now, Tom Brady now with Tampa Bay, I'm going to admit something to y'all. I apologize. I was wrong. I said they were overrated. And what they've done in the last 2 weeks, Green Bay last week, which is a really good team, and then this week, what they did to Las Vegas, another good team. Remember, Las Vegas is the one that gave the Chiefs their L. Las Vegas is a good team. Derek Carr right now is still running for his life.
Yeah, no offensive line.
Because that was the linebackers for Tampa Bay was hitting folks.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They were hitting. And I know my boy is still in the ice tub. But Tom Brady, he killing folks. And now you added Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
What y'all think about the Buccaneers in that NFC South? Is this going to be the year? It's going to be Tom Brady versus Mahomes in the Super Bowl?
Well, so just I'm gonna start with Gronk before I get to Brady. So Gronk was out of shape coming into the season. They signed him, brought him on, put him right into the games. So you saw Gronk, first 3, 4, 5 games. He was out there the whole game, pretty much every snap. He just wasn't doing too much because he still needed to learn the offense as well. But now the last 2 games, Gronk has scored a touchdown. And Brady has also found, what's his name? Sonny Miller, something like that, another no-name guy.
Yeah.
That he hit for a couple touchdowns 2 weeks in a row. I mean, he started the game out with a 30, 35-yard bomb over the shoulder, perfect throw to Sonny Miller, back corner to end zone. You know what I'm saying? To set the tone. I'm like, okay. I mean, Brady looked surgical yesterday. He did whatever he wanted to do yesterday with the ball.
Look, and I know Mitra said that. I know Mitra feeling this boy been balling. Ever since y'all let him go, he been balling.
Yeah, he has 2 weeks in a row.
Ever since he got on Team Sister Circle, he been balling. I just say it. I ain't lying. I'm just saying that what happened. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe he said, "Thank you, Lord, I'm free."
Now, if AB come in and is more of a help than a hindrance, then yeah, Tampa is something to speak about.
Yeah.
Do y'all think AB? This one, I think Tom Brady said, "I brought you in here now. Don't mess up," because you know they didn't want you.
They didn't want him. I think Tom Brady needed him more than he needed.
Tom is why AB is there.
Tom went out and basically got him himself. Like, I want him here because he need him. He need him, and with him, they're a Super Bowl contender with him for sure.
I would have preferred to see him on Seattle, but
nah.
Yeah,
he be up there doing too much smoking. Nah,
they good in Seattle. They got DK. DK needs to be their AB.
Because he can DK, but we'll get to that, how he can run.
If you put AB in the slot, you put AB on the opposite side of DK, and then you leave Lockett in the slot. Oh, that's a wrap.
But this is what I'm saying with Tampa Bay having AB. You still, this team still, I think, when 4 more games, you're going to really see them getting productive. Ever since Tom Brady fussed them out like he was my daddy, they've been playing. Y'all remember that game? He was looking at them, he cussed them out. He talked to them like somebody like James Evans. He was on them. The Bears, he said, never again we're going to do this. And ever since then, they've been on it. They've been on it. And that defense has been knocking. I felt sorry for Derek Carr. One play, he was literally trying to get out of bounds. And that man said, no. Before you get out. You can hear him holler from the stands. He was hollering, please, Lord. Tampa Bay not playing. So I'm excited about Tampa Bay. Now, the other good team in the league, I'm put Seattle there. They lost last night. Now, a heck of a run from DK. This man, Russell threw an interception. It was going to be a pick six. This man ran this joker got all you could see was these blue turquoise, whatever color their shoes are. You just see them moving, and they look like a blur. When I tell you, he outran the entire team, and the guy was like, I can't believe he called me. Because he had like a 20-yard start.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And still, I said, well, that's a turning point. The game over now. Seattle about to win this, and they're Arizona. Got him. Arizona won that football game. Is anybody in the NFC a top, like they're the one that's gonna dominate? Like I feel like in the AFC, that's the Chiefs. But is there anybody in the NFC that can say, hey, they dominate? You better watch out.
The NFC are for grabs. I think just when you look at the Seahawks, I hate to say it, but Green Bay, and you just look at all these teams that's just out there balling. I mean, it's up to grab.
So you say the Cowboys got 10?
Nah, I'm talking. We look at the 5 teams in the NFC.
So nobody in the NFC East got a chance. Okay, so we're gonna see. We're bringing highlights to you now. I want you. Is there any way she can bring it from where you see the true distance?
24-second mark.
Okay, we're gonna just show y'all some highlights right here.
You can play it from there.
Okay, he's gonna throw the interception. Boom, got him. He's running. He is a 20-yard lead. He's gone. He's gone. You don't see anybody.
Wow.
Look at this. He caught him.
Yeah.
Now I want you to watch the afterburner. He's running, but now look, he's going.
The fact that he accelerated past the whole pack, my man looked up and saw him on the jumbotron. Wait a minute, what is that in my rearview mirror?
Right.
When he looked up in the jumbotron right there, he said, "Wait a minute! Oh my God, he's right there."
He like, get out for me, go. This is what I'm saying. A lot of us went to sleep last night thinking, hey, Seattle got it wrapped up after something like that, and they still lost. And I don't know, Nate, you got anything to say about that? I mean, this is your team. We'll let you have something about that. But Seattle lost. Arizona, I feel like they're so uneven because they lost to Detroit, if I'm correct. And then they'll, win against Seattle. It's such an uneven team that I don't know. Do they just go out and play to wherever the competition is?
I think they're rolling right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that Kyler Murray definitely is a special talent. I mean, when you look at him and he runs, it's almost like he's playing basketball almost. Like his moves on the field or whatever. And I'm just like, you go and try to and catch him, and you're going to end up on SportsCenter looking crazy.
Right. And he was 5'8". I mean, the boy, well, I'm saying he about 5'8", y'all.
Is he? I thought he was taller than that.
He not tall. He not tall, y'all.
My
daughter Eden by his height. And he not tall. But when I say that boy can run, and you just can't find him, I mean, he can run.
Yeah, he's very quick.
Yeah, he's seen how he did the Cowboys last Monday.
So I wasn't gonna bring that up, but you did. So,
putting salt in the wound.
Right. They're gonna be every week there for a long time, brother.
I was like, bro, they can't catch this dude. Like, come on, like the angles that he was running. I was like, come on,
hold on.
Y'all can't get these angles to get this little man.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not 5'8". I need to make that show. I'm 5'10". I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. See, you know what? Just the producers are Giants fans, and they're from New York, so they don't know nothing about winning because the Jets still terrible, and they won't fire that man. The Jets said we're not gonna fire their coach.
I doubt it. I doubt it, Lou. What you
It's just me, Anthony. We've been listening to you, but Anthony, you didn't have to come for us today. I ain't trying to, and Detroit, I ain't trying to put me back. Detroit, I can't believe they won that game. I can't believe Detroit. I'm trying to look up this score. Detroit beat the Falcons. I was blown away. I saw that game. Come on.
They had Ty Gurley was supposed to lie down. Now I think he was in such a rhythm after he broke that tackle, because when he went like, through, he broke that tackle, and it's an instinct, because he came out of that tackle like, I'm about to take it to the wait, too much momentum. And now I also cut that game off just to wake back up and realize that the Lions hit every last pass coming down the field. Every pass. Didn't miss one.
Is Matthew Stafford now one of the most underrated quarterbacks? Because he looks so G-like. I was like, my goodness.
He is.
Yeah, I think he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he's most
team just sucks.
Some of y'all young folks, they gonna catch that. They gonna catch that when you try to tell y'all. You try to say we ain't have no team, we had a bunch of nerds. You try to tell y'all, they gonna catch that. Back in the day, that's when you had business school. The business folks went to a certain school. Right. They want all that town view, like Brother Jermaine. They had to go to a whole different campus. For y'all Dallas folks, town view, all town view got is a band.
Yeah, actually, for Jermaine, Tampa is talking about getting a football team.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's talked about it.
I don't want them little boys getting hurt like that, but that's all right. So,
we better than the Cowboys. We would definitely be better than the Cowboys.
And I think my old Roosevelt Mustangs are better than the Cowboys.
You keep going that way, Jermaine, because I might make the Cowboys start winning. Just keep going your hating ways. But when I started Matthew Stafford, I couldn't believe it. Now this kid is killing it. And that last pass, I mean, it just was crazy. I'm like, I can't believe Detroit just won this game. And once they had like a minute left.
Yeah, it was a minute. It was a minute and 34 seconds.
And he had to go almost 80 yards. Was it 80 yards?
Yep.
So
and down to the last play. Last play, 4 seconds left.
I just hate that Matt Patricia won that. Like I said, I went business school for. If you not, how you gonna go to the business school? You can't play golf. That's part of business. I know your golf game was tight. I know the golf game was tight.
You gotta watch out for that slice, man. I done seen Brother Lewis take out many Windows.
But Detroit, they won. I mean, I feel like I'm in a twilight zone. I don't know what's going on. Detroit won. Yes, if we can get the boy from Highland Park, you know where Matthew's from. Matthew from Highland Park, right around the corner. He had. Do y'all remember he had Megatron?
Mm-hmm.
Like he had good coaching. If y'all could give this man some good coaching and some help, I really feel like he need to ask for a trade.
Megatron finished too early though. I don't know. He just finished too early.
They wouldn't let him go. That's why.
Like Barry Sanders.
They wouldn't let him go. He wanted to go elsewhere, and they wouldn't let him go. So I'm gonna just retire.
That's crazy.
But that's what Barry Sanders did. Something about the Lions, the Ford family, sound like the Jones family. They just don't run, and like the Jets, these people don't run good organizations, and people don't want to ask, play for them. And so I'm like, go ahead.
Dak don't need to ask for no trade. Because Dak go, I go. That'd be my dream, bro.
So if Dak end up on the Washington team, that's your new squad.
Dak ain't gonna do that.
Well,
Dak
hold
ain't
on,
gonna do
wait. You said if Dak go, you go.
He ain't gonna do that because I wouldn't do that.
That's still not making no sense.
I don't know why you do that stuff, Jason. You mess.
I don't know.
And
That was wrong.
Jason crossed the line. If you had said, "Oh, but that goes to any other team," we're gonna say the Washington team.
I'm leaving the team, not the state. I ain't leaving Texas, not yet anyway.
So if Dak end up replacing Sam Darnold,
I'll be a Jets fan. Now it'll be a terrible choice.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna have to rock that green, but yeah.
The Jets haven't won nothing since 1969. Why would you go over there? It'll be a terrible choice.
Because the endorsements for the state of New York.
He better out staying with Jerry. His endorsements after his career.
What quarterback after Joe Namath that you really know from the Jets? I mean, I know we know Boomer Esiason, but I feel like he's that annoying uncle.
And only reason why I know Joe Namath is because of the Medicaid commercials.
We was just talking about y'all favorite black quarterback, Geno, a couple weeks ago.
Right. He can't do too many personal injury commercials. Geno was Seattle. He up there with Nate, hiding out.
with the clipboard.
Right. That's all he's gonna hold with the clipboard. I bet he's so nice up there. You're like, oh, you need me to pick up your laundry, Mr. Russell? I washed the car. I got the car shiny. It's wax. Yeah, Geno know what to do.
Hey, what about a trade for Jameis Winston right now to come to Dallas? What would y'all think about that? He had the eye surgery and everything.
I think that'd be dope.
It's worth a try.
Look, everybody's gonna have to lock up the lobster.
That's what I'm about to say.
And the crab legs.
Right,
catch Jameson at Papa Do's on Sundays at brunch before the game.
Hey. He ain't gonna go Papa Do's. He's gonna go Red Lobster and try stealing right.
Hey,
right out the tank.
It's either that or we tank the season and go get Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I don't know.
My thing is, to me, it's not tanking. It is what it is. Like you said, they're not tanking. That's who they are. Tanking when you gonna let people go and do bad. No, you actually just bad. You cannot improve. So we look like the Jets. You are terrible. Your coach is terrible. Your orientation is terrible. You're like the Jets. The Giants have an excuse. Saquon got hurt. They got an excuse.
But they were terrible with him, though.
They weren't like this. And then Ron Rivera just got in there. The Redskins is a terrible organization, and the man got canceled. They got this. The Eagles got all kind of people hurt. They going to the Ford Company. They going everywhere. Hey, can you come on help us in front of Mo? Help us. The Cowboys are just terrible without that. And they didn't want to pay that man money. And now you see how much
pay that man. Pay that man
because they are terrible. Now, as we go on proceed, and Detroit is looking better than us. That's terrible. That's terrible. Detroit look better. The
Miami looking better than us.
Yeah, what did Tua do? I didn't see.
I think he's not playing actual. He's not starting until I think week 8.
No.
He played this week.
Yeah, because they just announced that they was sitting Fitzmagic, and he couldn't believe it. He was shocked.
Yeah, he was mad. He was mad.
I think they had a bye.
Yeah, and Tula starting after the bye.
Yeah.
And Fitzmagic was mad. He was like, "Whoa, come on now."
But can we talk about them Chargers? Them Chargers look nice.
They do. Yeah. Herbert, whatever. Herbert.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert. Dude, I watched him at Oregon. Dude been a beast.
Tyrod. We need to do an investigation on Herbert. Herbert was not supposed to start. All of a sudden, right before the game, Tyrod Taylor gets a needle into the lungs, and that was a wrap. Because Herbert, I ain't never gonna let this go. Tyrod, he can't get on the field if he wants to.
I mean, honestly, Herbert should have been a starter day one. I know Tyrod had the most experience, But just when you go on talent alone, Justin Herbert is a way better quarterback than Tyrod Taylor. So he
Tyrod
should have
wasn't
been
looking
had
bad
started.
though.
He wasn't looking bad, but Justin Herbert is still a better quarterback.
But Tyrod, I feel like Tyrod is always this guy to be a bridge for somebody, and he did it in Buffalo. He did it with the Browns, and now he's done it with. I mean, he didn't get a chance to with San Diego, but man, Herbert, the game they lost was not because of him.
Mm-mm.
And yesterday, I mean, he showed out, and he's showing out.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna save his coach's job.
And the question I want to ask y'all is just for us like the rookie quarterbacks right now. I guess we can say the main two that are starting right now. Who do y'all think is better, Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow?
Well, you put two out there. Well, I guess we haven't seen.
Yeah, Tula. We have to wait on him right now, but
I feel sorry for Burrow.
Yeah, I'm liking. I mean, that's tough. It's tough because they games are different too. I mean, Herbert's more mobile. Not to say that Burrow's not, but Burrow has a better passer rating. Yeah, they're completely different.
I feel sorry for Burrow.
I like them both though.
I'm just saying I feel
like
sorry for Burrow. I feel like Burrow's an organization once again. Like there's some really bad NFL organizations that you don't want to be a part of. And the Bengals are one. Right, he got one. They got to make certain moves. He needs help. Mixon's a great running back. I mean, I know he's going through his little injuries or whatever, but he needs some wide receivers. He needs a complete team. You know,
they need to get rid of AJ Green and bring somebody else in because I mean, Boyd is doing it, and Higgins has been stepping up. But I forget who the tight end is. But I mean, Burrow's been putting up 300 plus yards of passing a week. In a losing effort. I mean, he finding people to throw to. The defense just can't hold nobody. And they need to get rid of Bernard as well, because I mean, with Mixon out, then you have no workhorse or anybody remotely close to even pick up that type of slack. You can't ask Gio to jump in there and bang it up the middle. So the whole game plan changed to where they got to do all them little dump off screen passes and stuff to free him up. And that's completely different from what the flow of the game, was. Yeah. And that game looked bad. When they throwing it, they look good. I mean, they got receivers that can create space.
Did we stomp on the grave of Baker Mayfield too soon? Because Odell is out. Odell's out for the season. The Browns win another game.
No. I mean, no.
And it is against the Bengals, and it was just 37-34.
Starting that game out, Mayfield looked disgusting, and then he got it clicking. And once he got it clicking, I know I sent a text out midday on something like, "Hey, Mayfield looking surgical right now."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was doing it. I mean, he was doing what he wanted to do with it.
Do you think having Odell was too much for him?
No. I mean, I think they need Odell to really make that, that push to higher ground. But they may bring somebody in. I mean, with everybody out here trying folks out, they may make a trade.
Yeah.
So
the Cowboys do too.
Cowboys need to trade the whole team.
So I'm trying to move on from. Like, y'all want to talk about like an old girlfriend? Like I want to talk about my old girlfriend. And then the last team that we haven't talked about really, we haven't really talked about them the whole time we've been having the season, is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are the last undefeated team. And I don't like Pittsburgh. That's just historic rivalry. But Pittsburgh is the last perfect team, and they look legit. Now the Titans also, to me, look legit.
Right.
The Titans should be the undefeated team. but got I can't pronounce the kicker's name. Kicker shanked the kick, and that's how the Steelers end up being 6-0 because the kicker couldn't put in the chip shot to tie it up.
Are the Steelers going to beat Baltimore next week?
No.
Yeah.
You know what? That's hard to say because if Steelers defense can slow up the run of Baltimore, then it should be a game. Should be a good, ugly scored game. But if they can't slow up the run of Baltimore, and then Lamar is able to do what he's going to do, I think it's going to come down to Ravens pulling it out. But Steelers defense show up, then it's going to be a whole different ball game because Ravens can't come back on anybody. That seems to be our Achilles heel. Once we get down multiple scores, the offense isn't set up for us to put up a ton of points like that to come back.
My hope is that the NBC is going to flex that game because the Sunday night game is Cowboys and Eagles. I don't want to watch that.
I do,
bro.
You just still gotta watch. You gotta watch.
Why would you watch two people who at the hospital and they all bandaged up? That's not a good look. They're in the hospital. No, I want to. The Steelers versus the Ravens. They're already a rival.
They fighting for first place in the division, man.
And they like to fight too. They like to literally fight.
I still gotta watch my boys.
Man, I mean, I understand. Somebody need to watch. And I'm glad you to watch it.
I gotta watch my boys every week.
I cannot watch anymore
what it is
of these people. So I don't want to watch them on Sunday Night Football. I like to see because sometimes we lose certain games in our region. So I know if there's a Sunday night game, we'll get to watch. Everybody gets to watch Steelers Ravens. Yeah. That's going to be because that's really then out of the whole weekend. That's the game to watch. Because Patriots Bills, I ain't trying to watch that. It'll be okay. Browns Raiders. I think the Raiders going to do something terrible to the Browns because they're going to be upset. There's nothing really to watch except Steelers Ravens. Maybe Saints Bears.
No.
I'm scared for Drew Brees because what Mac did on Tom Brady, if he do that time to Drew Brees, you will see Jameis Winston in the game. And I don't think they're going to look good. So cool. Okay. So y'all pick next week is the Steelers over the Ravens.
Ravens over the Steelers.
Ravens over the Steelers.
I got the Steelers over the Ravens.
And then Jason?
Ravens.
Got Ravens. Okay. I'm gonna go for Ravens. You know those Steelers are hitting.
I always got to be the eyeball.
You the eyeball. I was tempted. You the eyeball. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I gotta go for Lamar. I can't go for Bean. I'm like Bean. You can't leave your wife around. I know that. Anyway. Anyway, I'm just talking about he a big dude. That's what I'm talking about. I don't trust him. That's all. So anyway.
No meet and greets no time soon, huh?
No meet and greets. No meet and greets.
Thank you, Nate. At least Nate got the Steelers too.
He had the Seahawks last night too. So we were going to spend a little bit more time than we were, but I wanted to get through some football. There's been so much in the world, and I like us to laugh more. We talked a little bit about the Ice Cube and Trump, and I got a little bit more details on it. I don't know. I think the guys got to look at the plan. It's not a lengthy plan. There's kind of 3 plans on the table. The Ice Cube's contract with Black America. There's the Platinum Plan, which is like a 1-pager. I mean, you can really read that. It's kind of more like we want people to be employed. We want housing. It's not like a thorough plan like that. Then now Joe Biden plan, you want to sit down, get you a cup of tea or coffee, and you're going to read for a minute because it's a little thorough. But going back to the Ice Cube plan, there's some good aspects in there that he's asking about. And I just wanted to get on If I can pull it up, and my apologies, I had it up. I had it up, fellas, and it went away. He has 13 points. Ice Cube does on the plan. One of the first things he has on the plan is something about home ownership. Do y'all think that's a big thing for African Americans and about home ownership? And why?
Define that.
Okay, so in Ice Cube's plan, he wants there to be a basically a interest-free loan for African Americans to buy homes, so that home ownership goes up.
So I think that is. I like the plan. I like that idea of that being, you know what I'm saying, put in a rotation, because there is there's always a push or a what's the word I'm looking for? When you hear folks talking about generational, wealth and being able to, pass stuff down and on to the kids and all that, the rich folks they pass off estates.
Right.
States, homes, everything. And it's like, well, what do we pass off, besides some bills? And I think that does kind of get that going for a lot of people, but I have no idea how it plays out once they get the house, once they get involved. Like, do folks end up getting in over their head? Is it going to be some type of gotcha where then they come back with some numbers saying 70% of the folks who got homes end up getting them I don't know, taken away or
right. And that's something in the Biden plan he speaks to, that honesty in the lending. You just can't unlike with the subprime lending loans that came out, you were putting people in stuff they couldn't afford. And then when it bounced back, you got money, but then you also got that property back. And so it's almost like a loan shark, basically. So that's something in the Biden plan that he talks about. The one thing he spoke about in his plan, he doesn't say it, but he does say it, is redlining. With redlining is the government practice that been back from FDR and on down, where they would say certain neighborhoods should not get investments. These other neighborhoods could get loans and lending from banks, and those redlining, those areas were put in red. Do not invest over here. So historically, in African American neighborhoods, they've been redlined. So part of IC's plan is like there needs to be better lending to African American neighborhoods to kind of help generate that capital so that you can start businesses. Self-improvements in your home, things of that nature. What do y'all think about that? The wealth building, the lending. The Jason's trying not to take all the. It's just not me. What do y'all think? Go ahead.
I mean, I think with the lending, yeah, definitely there needs to be, more honesty in the lending to say, okay, this is what we're giving you all up front. And we're not expecting anything. Yeah, you definitely have to pay that loan back, whatever, pay your payments on time, whatever, but we're not going to hit you over the head with, high interest rates and things of that nature, just because of the neighborhood that you live in. So I definitely think that there needs to be, some honesty in that. And I think just with his, with this whole plan, I think he just aligned himself with the wrong person, to be honest with you.
And I don't mind getting to that, because I do. It's funny, because sitting down and reading it, the timeline is they met. He put his plan out July 1st. Biden had his plan out May 5th. He doesn't meet with Jared Kushner until September 24th. They met for 3 hours. IQ goes over his plan for the 3 hours. The platinum plan is announced or put on their website on September 25th, the day after. The announcement is made on October 5th. Now when they do the whole Ice Cube thing, but when you look at the platinum plan, it really does not speak to the contract plan. So I'm like, well, they really didn't take your stuff because they're speaking big generalities, and that's how they're going to do it. We want to have 500,000 new African American small businesses. How does that occur? They don't speak to it. They just make that a big bullet point. And it's really a one-sheeter where it's like they spoke to you for just 3 hours. The next day they announce it. They're not taking you serious. And you know that. Like, you do business, Ice. So for them to do that, and then when you see it, it doesn't incorporate many of your ideas.
Right.
So would you want a legitimate meeting where somebody says, hey, we're doing all this stuff right now, we're in the crunch of our election, can we talk to you after the election? Or would you rather have this 3-hour meeting and he did not get to go in the White House? He met off ground somewhere with Jared Kushner, not with the president.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Coach, he got played.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if he sees that. I hope he, and I mean, recently he like, forget about Trump and all that. But at the beginning, he got so defensive, and it's like they just use you to put you like on the list. They're not trying to really hear you.
Right.
And not like Jared Kushner doing hard work. 3-hour meeting ain't nothing.
Right.
How many of us had a 3-hour meeting with something? You know what I'm saying? We don't even know what they're talking about. We're like, okay.
Today.
Many of us have a Monday meeting, which is 3 hours. Like, oh, you know what we talk about today? You just trying to get through the 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear if I hear my name called so I can come off mute and say, huh?
Right. Yes, I'm there. Like on mute. Especially on mute with no they don't see your face. Like, I'm chilling. But I feel like you didn't even get to go in the White House. You didn't go in the White House. You didn't meet with cabinet officials. You didn't meet with the Commerce Secretary. You didn't meet with a VP. You didn't meet with the president. You met with a dude who just found. He was family.
Kushner at that. I wouldn't even want to meet with the dude. Like, bro, go on, your little dweeb looking. But I ain't gonna.
Right,
I don't
if
like
they
Kushner,
were really serious about it, he would have at least met with Pence. At least.
Yeah.
But you met, you meet with the son-in-law. Like, nah, bro, I need,
the
I need a better.
If I got Ivanka, if I had got Ivanka, and because I know Ivanka got to ear her daddy, I know I'm doing something.
I would have rather met with Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr. than to meet with that dweeb.
Nah, he meet with the wrong people. I ain't trying to get caught up in no federal stuff.
But I'm saying if I'm gonna meet, what I'm saying is though, if you're gonna send Jared Kushner, there are other people I'd rather meet with than to meet with him. Man.
There's no doubt, and I just don't see if Ice Cube saw that, and it's like, well, they didn't want to meet with me, so I'm gonna talk to who gonna talk to me. Now I'm like, but you didn't get a legit meeting. You should have met in the White House. Right. You didn't get a legit meeting.
I think
I met at like Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff, and didn't even get into the White House.
I think I think the overall, goal of the plan's got some good points. I mean, if he was going to present this to both parties, well, why not position myself to have this possibly put in play regardless of who wins. And then that way, we still have, stuff working in our favor. I guess not looking at it like, okay, well, once this hits the fans like it did, that I was going to get such backlash. He working directly with, really, I really reached out to both parties,
right.
It was supposed to be because, Biden saying, he's like his whole plan is to be unified, Democratic and Republicans working together and all of that. So, that's how you feel, Jermaine?
It's been a long day, brother. It's been a long day.
It's been raining outside. It's like it's raining outside.
It's been a long day. My day's always long. Always long.
Well, Jason, I agree with you. One of the biggest things that they had in that plan, and something that and I forgot that he wrote the book Powernomics. And you need a cabinet level executive who's addressing the issues that we're speaking about. Because what we're talking about, and that's my only concern with Biden's plan, it takes small steps But I'm saying we've been here with dramatic slavery, dramatic Jim Crow, dramatic redlining, dramatic lack of good quality public education that's generational. Y'all want to talk about investing in HBCUs? HBCUs only take 10% of Black students. I mean, I would love for them to take more. I love Jermaine, I love Kelly, I love everybody. But I'm saying they ain't got all the Black kids. So what do you do to Black kids who don't go to HBCU? They need a good quality education, and they need a way to go to school free. Now, if you're trying to get everybody to go to HBCU, that's a great way. At the same time, not all Black people in jail. Prison reform is important, but there's many of us who've never been to jail.
Right.
So you got to speak to me too. We're not monolithic. We are so diverse. And I feel like Ice Cube playing like Jason is 13 points. It has many diverse topics in there. And I feel like I just hope we can have a real discussion, because if all of America comes up, we all come up. If we leave people behind, we're still gonna struggle. So we got to care about how Black people are doing. And I hate that what Jared Kushner said today. He said, well, they got to help themselves. We doing everything. They don't want to have the help. And I mean, they got to want to have the help. Brother, it's people out here every day struggling, trying to just survive.
Mm-hmm.
And your little 3-hour meeting don't mean you know the culture.
Yeah. Jared,
So that's
anyway. Man. Jared Question is a dweeb. His dad's a dweeb. They all dweebs, man.
So
that's why I try to stay quiet.
Look, but you didn't go as hard on Jared Kushner than you did LeBron. That's messed up. That's messed up.
Look, man. That's a thank you, because if I did, this ain't the right show. This ain't the right show to go hard on.
Well, I appreciate it.
I got other words for Kushner.
Well, I appreciate you. It's a church show. I appreciate
Trust me, he on top of the list.
So with that being said, please, everybody, please go and vote first. We got one more week of early voting here in Texas. I know some of y'all are seeing us across the nation. Please share. Everybody needs to go and vote. We've seen historic people going out to vote. So everybody still is not voted. So go and vote. I know there's long lines, but every time you see a long line, and I know they should do better. But understand, somebody died for you to have the right to vote. They can't be in the line because they dead. Come on. It's going to be a little bit. Get to know your neighbors or whatever, and it's going to be all right. Just go vote. The same thing is, please read what these folks got out here. Don't go on Facebook and what they going to do for us. I love every time AJ says, have you read their da-da-da? Oh, and everybody, oh, well, no. So please go and read. Jason, one of the most learning people. I love talking with Jason because he's like, well, you know, it'll get real philosophy. I'm like, this brother, I don't know why he's doing IT. He would teach in philosophy school, but it's really good. Huh?
I ain't got the patience.
The patience. But what I'm saying is read what these people got to go, because it's not finished. Don't let them say they giving us a finished plan. We have the right to say, but we need this, this, and this. And we got to band together, not just Black folks, but all folks, especially for us who come up, who've been poor, who've been middle class, and you struggle. You got student loans, you got all this stuff. Because Biden, I need more than $10,000. I need what Elizabeth Warren said, forgive the debt. Holla. Come on, man. I need that, brother. That said my generation for real up. But we need more than what they're giving out from everybody. And that's why we're a country that's progressing forward. Don't look back. Move forward. Okay, y'all? Please vote. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate Jason. I appreciate AJ. I appreciate Jermaine, because these brothers work a full-time job and they come in here. We laugh, we talk, we dive into this stuff. And these are good men and that are trying to make a difference in that community. Let us make a difference for our country by just going to vote. Thank y'all. God bless. See y'all later.